Hello, Master Manifester. Today we are talking about setting authentic intentions, why it's really important to do so, and how to make sure that you're coming from a place of authenticity, how to have that self-awareness. So let's get started. First, let's talk about intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is motivation without external reward. You desire to do this thing. Your brain is already wired for it. It already sees this as part of your story, part of your routine, part of your habit structure, part of who you are. So getting that intrinsic motivation comes through the brain recognizing those behaviors as success. Basically, it'll give you a little dopamine boost or a feel-good hormones boost whenever you engage in these behaviors. So you don't actually need the external reward, which is the secondary dopamine boost, right? We get the candy after we perform the thing we don't like to get the dopamine boost from the dopamine we lost. Well, this actually gives you extra because you started at baseline and you got more without needing any kind of drop, right? So I always find that positive reinforcement works best for me. That's just my thing. I understand if something else works differently for you, but I lean towards positive reinforcement. So for me, positive reinforcement is, if I want to get motivated about something, let's say I specifically want to change not wanting something that's going to get me something else I want. So let's say I need to get up earlier, right? If I want to get up earlier in the morning because I'm going to get more done in a business and I'm going to make that business successful, right? And I'm going to use it to become more self-reliant, more financially stable. These are all the rewards that are long term, but the brain, when you start thinking of these things, it gets exhausted really quick if you don't immediately give it the reward because it's looking for it within like a few seconds. It's trying to figure out where's the thing that's going to make me feel good. And if it doesn't see that, you get a dopamine drop, which lowers your motivation, right? So getting the intrinsic motivation is partly repetition. I mean, sometimes you have to just push through and basically not give your mind the option to argue. Basically, this is just what we do. And then you do it. But most of the time, if you get the underlying layer first, like basically start talking to your body, start talking to your heart, start talking to your gut. I talk to my body like all the time. Me and my body are besties, big time. Like we are constantly communicating. Body doesn't use words, but it uses sensations, it uses feelings, it uses intuition. And then my brain is interpreting what those sensations mean. And I'm like, okay, what's my evidence? Where is the evidence? And then if body's feeling tight, I got to spot the survival triggers. I got to see where is my nervous system baseline right now. Because my big manifestation goal right now, like my biggest one is like the highest level dopamine baseline I can get. Like I'm going to be so smooth and calm and even all the time. And I keep getting, leveling up over and over again. So it's great. But getting there requires letting go of the things that are triggering everything off, right? And making you feel unsafe. And our brain and nervous system don't know the difference between lions attacking us and, mean emails from people, or bad posts online that we saw. The same systems get activated, the same fight or flight systems, right? Draining energy and resources from the neural rewiring that needs to take place for you to have a new identity for your manifestation. So spotting those survival triggers, the first place is your body. What is your body doing? Does it feel tight? Is your chest tight? Are your ears ringing? Is anything tingling? Paying attention and being very, very mindful of the physical sensations and the emotional sensations coming out of your body and then how you're interpreting them. And the more you just sort of pause and pay attention to these feelings, the more that you notice them, you'll notice them relaxing and clearing and all that energy flowing out. It just needed to be seen. The message just had to be heard. Otherwise, the body has to store it for later, and that can be a lot of storage. That's a lot of stress hormone storage. Yeah, for real. So I noticed like mine is like tapping my foot. Like if I start shaking my foot or tapping my foot, I'm like, oh, okay. Deep breath, sweetheart. It's okay, body. Got you. Got you. You're safe. See, all the goodness is here. Everything's good. Yeah, you need to be encouraging of yourself. You know, not just your mind, but your body, your being, your soul, everything you identify with as you, everything you think of as part of you. You need to sort of nurture that, cultivate it. Cultivation is creating the best possible conditions, the mind body safety rules, the protocols, the if then scenarios, the best possible conditions for everything to flourish naturally. You can't force intrinsic motivation, but you can encourage it by understanding how your system works, understanding that it wants to feel success, and finding those things that you can pair up that you already feel successful in with the things that you want to be successful of, right? So when you're trying to, do something like get up early in the morning, right? What is the benefit if you get up early in the morning? You need to have something there that says, okay, if I get up early in the morning, I get something that's going to give me something good. Now, you don't want something that's eventually going to damage your health, like actual candy or anything like that. You want something that will make you feel good about how you are taking care of yourself. Let's say like some sort of tea or something that you can drink in the morning that's going to help your system in some way, right? And you can even create like a ritual out of these teas. Brain loves rituals. It loves predictability and identities that make sense. It wants everything to be cohesive in a stable story. You just need to give it enough flexibility so that when it's time to move on into your manifestation, that you're good with that and you feel good about it and it feels comfortable, like it's always been there. It's always been part of the room. Yeah, that plant has always been there. Yeah, it's a giant pillar. A huge yacht has always been in my backyard. You can convince your brain of anything if you're patient and you take time and you teach your body to relax. You can convince yourself of anything. It's amazing how delusion works. But we don't want to get dangerous delusional. We want to be positive delusional, basically holding both states are true. Yes, this current reality is here at the moment, but I am moving in my story through to the next reality. So when you notice that you're getting, your being is starting to contract, that you're feeling contracted and tight and nervous and really, really anxious, that, remind your body, just breathe. We're here. We're safe. Nothing bad is happening. And then once it's calm, you can start in on the affirmations, right? And this is a really good safety rule for your mind body. Don't start forcing new ideas on your body when it's in fight or flight. Wait until you calm down. Because if you try to force it, then it's just going to reinforce the resistance. It's just going to reinforce that pushback, that tunnel vision, that non-ability to see everything outside of that one thing. All of the other experiences that you're already having, everything that's already available in your reality, in your field right now, and it's going to tunnel it into that icky feeling of I don't have, there's not enough, I'm afraid, right? And that also happens with sometimes with manifestations that they come in exactly like what you ordered. I mean, yeah, this is what I wrote down, but they're not satisfying because that feeling of safety is not cultivated enough. That feeling of knowingness and this has always been mine. And yes, I belong to this. It belongs to me, right? This is a natural part of my story. So I hope this has helped you to, be inspired to create your own mind body safety rules, learn to spot your survival triggers and practice developing that intrinsic motivation, that enjoyment of the process as much as you possibly can to always find something to look forward to. Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and sign up for the Method Muse newsletter in the description below.